Normally, we make videos of reactions,
Vlog.
streams, vlogs, gaming, all that kind of stuff because we're a channel that promotes comedy and laughter and entertainment in this very bleak world that we live in. And don't get me wrong, we love doing that. We will always do that for as long as we have a YouTube. But we do know that not everything is a laughing matter. Not all times you can smile. And this is one of those times. This is in regards to what's been going on this entire year with a problem that started back way longer than any of us were ever alive for. Y'all just have to bear with us. Not used to doing these type of videos,
No.
but
we just want to speak up on the matter, basically, right?
yes, because we have this platform and we have a good bit of y'all watching us, we feel like we owe it to people of color and people that have been abused and hurt and mistreated and even killed by the government and whatnot, and the police, and of course, all that kind of stuff. So
this is a tough subject to talk about, but it needs to be talked about.
Yes, this does need to be talked about because what's going on in our world is wrong.
Yes.
All of it is wrong. The injustice of our system, police brutality, the government not caring about any of us,
the controlling everything. And for those who can't have their voice heard because no one is willing to listen to them, we want to try to be that voice. There's a war going on in our country. Not like World War III or the wars that we fought in the past against other nations, but there's a war in our own country. But this is not white people versus black people by any means. This is not a race versus a race. This is right versus wrong. This is us taking a stand against police brutality, our justice system failing us, and I don't want that to be mixed up with it centering around a race war. Don't get me wrong, there is racism in this country. Well, they don't like us being together either, so.
Yes, there has been talk in the past that we've encountered that, this kind of stuff is frowned upon. We don't care, obviously, but the fact that it even exists is what's wrong.
Yes. It's just very heartbreaking of everything that's going on right now.
I just want it to be known that we stand against those kind of things. We stand against racism. We stand against police brutality. We stand against the injustice in our system that fails us.
Yep.
The people that are supposed to be protecting us are killing us. We stand against all that. So I just implore you, before you want to take to social media and voice your own opinions, if you feel like this movement is wrong, I just want you just to stop and think.
Yep. Put yourself in their shoes.
Yes, because a lot of people, including some people on my own Facebook, they just want to post about what's been going on as far as the rioting and the looting, and let it also be known, I do not condone robbing a store. I do not condone looting. I do not condone destroying property.
But we get it.
I understand their frustration. I understand that they are sick and tired
They're angry.
of being looked over and pushed down and
put in
brushed,
the box, basically.
and just brushed aside because all the peaceful protests that we've done, every single time that we've tried to make our voice heard, we're tired of it not working because these things are still happening. Unarmed black men, unarmed black women, unarmed people in general, but especially black people, are being killed by police without a just cause. Things that whether or not what they're doing prior to their encounter with the police, if it was anybody else, it would have meant being arrested, possibly serving jail time, and being let go. But when it comes to us, our lives all of a sudden must be forfeit. And I don't understand why that is still happening in this country. And that's what we take a stand against. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement. It's against those type of things. It's against police just murdering us for sometimes no apparent reason. And them trying to use things in our past to justify them murdering us. And it's wrong. And that's what we stand against. That's what the Black Lives Matter movement is for. Is to stand against those and to stand against people who just view our color and deem us a threat. Like, that's what that movement is for. So before any of you start wanting to say all lives matter, please realize that is nothing but a hindrance and a protest to our protest. It's very ignorant to just say those types of things, because if all lives truly mattered, we would not have a Black Lives Matter. We wouldn't
have this situation right now. We would be equal right now.
Exactly. There would be no need for a Black Lives Matter movement. There would be no need of that, because we would all be treated fairly and equally. But the harsh reality is we are not.
Nope.
And that's why the movement Black Lives Matter is a thing and will continue to be a thing until all of our lives matter.
Yep. And it's important.
But all lives will not matter until Black Lives Matter. So I just don't want people to be ignorant in posting these types of things, because you may think you're bringing up a valid point, but all you're doing is just not helping the cause and playing against it. And that's why people are so angry, because we're crying out to be treated fairly, and you want to try to say, like, try to put a but after that sentence.
Or put a band-aid over the situation.
Exactly.
Cover it up. Brush it off.
And we're tired of that. That's why the riotings are happening. That's why the lootings are happening. It's not for personal gain. It's to get y'all's attention. And if you want to post about that type of stuff and your opinions on the looting and the rioting, do not post about it without also realizing and posting about the unjust killings and police brutality that's going on in this world, in this country.
Yes.
Don't post about how you feel like it's wrong for people to rob stores and loot and everything like that if you're not willing to also post that the police system, the justice system needs to be reformed. It needs to be changed because it's wrong. Do not post about the latter without the former, because if you don't, then all it makes you seem like is that you just simply do not care.
Yep.
And we're tired of y'all not caring about our lives. Okay, Black Lives Matter is not a white lives don't matter. It's not a Mexican lives don't matter. It's not any other race doesn't matter. It's we matter enough to not be brutally murdered when somebody of a different race, mainly white, if they were put in that same situation, they have a much higher chance of walking away scot-free with no repercussions whatsoever and to keep their lives intact. We're tired of that happening. We should also be treated the same way they would be treated. That's the purpose of Black Lives Matter. So I just want to say that please be careful with these posts. Look deep inside yourself and wonder before you want to say something, is it going to be helping us reach the true goal of equality, or is it just your own personal opinion just because you feel like saying something? And I just need you to really take a look at yourself and seeing which side are you on. Are you on the side of justice or are you not?
Mm-hmm. Or are you against it?
Exactly.
Basically, you just need look inside your heart, and if there's stuff in there that's not right, you need to fix it. And some of y'all don't know that we are Christians and we do believe in God, and one thing that God does tell is that you need to change your heart if it's something's not right. Like, lean to Him and let Him fix you.
And something else I want to touch on is social media, because it's serving as a double-edged sword, and that's unfortunate. It should be there to really get the correct news out and let people know what's going on, but we all know that it likes to pick and choose what it wants to show people to pander to strife and inequality for them to gain off of and get more views and things of that nature. And at sometimes it helps us, at sometimes it hurts us. So I want you guys to just realize to also watch the things that you share on social media. Don't fall for clickbait titles and not even read what's in the article and seeing what it's truly saying. I even have friends that just blindly post things or share things without even looking at the article or things of that nature, just because all they see is a headline and they automatically either side with it or against it without even reading what is it truly saying. And that's wrong. It's not helping when you do these types of things, because then other people will view that a different type of way.
Yeah.
So you just have to be careful to really do your research on these things and
educate yourself.
Yes, please educate yourself. We're trying our best to want to get this word out and educate people on, right and wrong, but we can't teach you how to be a good person. No. If you just love your neighbor as yourself, then realize that our movement is just. For everyone that's going out and peacefully protesting, I'm so grateful that y'all are taking a stand, both whites, blacks, whoever. I'm grateful that you would stand against the injustice in our system. If it's hard for you to protest, like us, we have a child, I work. It's difficult for us to attend these types of functions, but donate to them.
Yeah, definitely donate.
Yes, donate to those causes or whatever, so we can really, truly reach equality. Share those types of things on social media to bring awareness out. Be on the side of justice as we try to move forward and truly change America. Because until Black Lives Matter and until police brutality is halted and eradicated, and until we are all treated fairly, then all lives will not matter. And our country will always fail no matter what. Yeah. So we love you guys. We appreciate you always supporting us. And like I said, this is not a video we normally do, but we felt like we had to say something. Yeah. Because we didn't want our silence to be taken in an incorrect way.
Well, we just also don't want our son to grow up in this stuff either, because he is white and black. So see, from his eyes, he's having to have struggle on both sides, and we have friends that are mixed too that are struggling on both sides. So it's good to just stand up for what you believe in, speak up about it, and like you said, do the peaceful protests, and let's just change America. We need a change.
If you made it through this video, thank you so much for watching and just listening to our hearts as we express our feelings the best way we possibly can. And Black Lives Matter always, and once they matter, then all lives will matter. And just remember to stay safe and really look within yourself before you speak. Yeah. To see whether or not what you will say will be taken in an incorrect way, or if you're speaking truth and helping us reach our goal of true equality and fixing the corrupt system that we live in. Mm-hmm. So, thank you guys. A friend of mine is actually streaming later today from 6 to 9. They're doing a donation stream for if you play Smash Brothers. You can come out and money match him. You know, if you lose or if he loses, y'all donate $1 to a worthy cause that goes towards, you know, our peaceful protests and things of that nature. I'll link all that in the description below. And it's going to be pretty fun over there. But just know that what you're doing over there is really, truly helping us. And even if you don't have the game or anything like that, just feel free to go over there. He'll have links and everything. Feel free to donate and, you know, help us truly change America. And I thank y'all. We love y'all. And we'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all.